This is a calm Italian bedtime story. Let your eyes close and simply listen. Night arrives in Bergamo Alta without urgency. It does not rush the day away. It simply settles, layer by layer, until the city feels wrapped in a quieter version of itself. You arrive near the lower edge of the old city, just as the last traces of evening fade from the sky. Below you, far beneath the walls, Bergamo Bassa glows softly, a scattered field of lights, distant and gentle, like embers resting after a fire. But here, above it all, the air is calmer. You step onto stone that has carried centuries of footsteps, and your own steps feel lighter, more careful, as if the city itself has asked you to slow down. The walls of Bergamo Alta rise beside you, solid and protective. Pale stone, worn smooth in places, cool to the touch even after a warm day. Lanterns glow along the path, their light warm and steady, never harsh. You begin to walk. The street curves gently, guiding you inward. Buildings are close here, tall and calm, their windows mostly dark now. A few glow faintly from within, quiet signs of life settling in for the night. Your footsteps echo softly, then fade. Bergamo Alta does not amplify sound at night. It absorbs it. You pass beneath an archway, its stone edges rounded by time. The space beyond feels slightly cooler, the shadows deeper, but never heavy. The darkness here feels intentional, like a curtain, drawn to protect sleep. You breathe in slowly. The air smells of old stone, faint greenery, and something clean that feels like distance. Somewhere nearby, a tree shifts its leaves gently. Somewhere else, a door closes with care. You continue forward, following the line of the street as it opens into a wider space. Piazza Vecchia. Even at night, the square feels balanced, calm, held together by symmetry and silence. The stones beneath your feet are smooth, worn into gentle curves that guide you toward the center. The buildings surrounding the piazza stand quietly, their facades warm under lantern light. The Palazzo della Ragione rests nearby, its arches dark and patient, as if watching over the square without judgment. You stop for a moment. Above you, the sky is deep blue, almost velvet. A few clouds drift slowly, softened by the darkness. The Torre Civica rises nearby, tall and steady, its presence calm rather than imposing. You feel something inside you slow. In the center of the piazza, the fountain rests quietly. The water does not rush. It moves softly, repeating a simple sound that feels older than thought. You listen. Water, stone, silence. It is enough. You walk across the piazza, your steps unhurried, and follow a street that leads away toward the cathedral. As you move, the street narrows again. The buildings draw closer. The lanterns become fewer, but their light feels more personal, like small promises placed carefully along your path. You notice details that feel comforting rather than impressive. A wooden shutter slightly open, a flower pot resting on a windowsill, a small iron handle polished smooth by countless hands. These are the things that make Bergamo Alta feel lived in, even in sleep. The Duomo appears gradually, pale stone emerging from shadow. At night, it feels less like a monument and more like a quiet presence. Its shape is gentle, its light subdued, its details softened by darkness. You pause near the edge of the square and look up. The patterns and curves do not demand attention. They simply exist, calm and steady, like breathing. A faint breeze moves through the space, brushing against your face, cool but not cold. It carries the quiet scent of stone and night air. You turn and continue walking, letting the city guide you. Soon, you find yourself moving toward the edge of Bergamo Alta, where the streets open into viewpoints overlooking the valley below. You approach slowly. The view unfolds beneath you. Far below, the lights of Bergamo Bassa stretch outward, soft and distant. Roads curve like faint ribbons. Buildings glow gently. The city feels far away, not because it is distant, but because you are held above it, protected by height and silence. You rest your hands on a stone railing. The stone is cool, solid, trustworthy. You lean slightly forward and breathe. From here, the world feels quieter, simpler. The worries that belong to daylight feel small, as if they cannot climb this high. You stay there for a while, watching the distant lights flicker softly. Then you turn back, returning to the narrow streets of the upper city. As you walk, the sound of your steps blends into the night. The city feels deeper into rest now. Windows are darker. Lanterns glow more softly, their light spreading in gentle halos. You pass a small cafe, closed for the night. Chairs are stacked neatly inside. A menu board stands by the door, dark and patient, waiting for morning. You imagine the voices that filled this space earlier, the quiet laughter, the warmth of cups held between hands. But tonight, those sounds are resting, and you are allowed to rest too. You continue walking until you reach another small square, quieter than the first. Here, the light is dimmer, the shadows longer. The space feels enclosed, intimate, like a room without a ceiling. You stand still. The night feels protective here. The walls seem to lean inward slightly, not to trap you, but to hold you. A narrator might say that Bergamo Alta is a city of history, of battles and fortifications. But at night, it feels like something else entirely. It feels like a place designed to keep the mind safe. You move again, following a street that slopes gently downward. The stones beneath your feet feel smoother here, shaped by time and care. Halfway down, you pause and look back. The lantern behind you glows warmly, framing the street you just walked. Ahead of you, the path continues into softer darkness. You feel no need to choose quickly. You continue at your own pace. The city grows quieter with every step. The air feels cooler, fresher. Your breathing slows naturally. Without effort, you pass another archway, then another. Each one feels like a transition, a gentle threshold, leading you further away from wakefulness. Eventually, you reach a point where the streets feel familiar, even if you have never been here before. That sense of familiarity is comforting. It feels like returning rather than exploring. You walk until you reach a doorway that feels like the end of your night. Inside, the air is warmer. Still, you close the door softly behind you. Outside, Bergamo Alta continues to rest above the lights, its walls standing firm, its streets quiet, its squares held in balance. Inside, your body settles, your shoulders lower, your hands relax, your breathing deepens. The city no longer asks anything of you. The distant lights below fade from your thoughts. The stone beneath your feet becomes a memory. The lantern glow lingers softly in your mind. Bergamo Alta remains above, calm and watchful, and you, held by that quiet, allow yourself to rest. Tonight, you are safe. Tonight, the world is smaller. Tonight, sleep can arrive gently, and you can let it stay. More Italian bedtime stories coming very soon. If you enjoyed this moment of calm, subscribe and like the video for more gentle storytelling.